Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to unwrap the cube to create the texture of the face. For that, I'm going to explain it with a simpler cube, a cube that is not beveled. I'm going to press Shift A and then choose cube to create a new cube. I'm going to move it, and now I will press Tab to edit. And now what I'm going to do is press Control Tab and select Edge. And now the technique to unwrap a cube is to click on the edges to create a C letter. As you can see, this is a C facing that way, facing the left way. Then I'm going to click on one of these edges, the top one, and then on the other side I will create a C. Okay, so we have a C at an edge bridging between the other C. And now I will press Ctrl E to bring out the edges menu, and I will click on Mark Seam. Now I will deselect, and as you can see, I have created a seams. This will instruct Blender where it will make the cuts to unwrap the cube. So now I will click on this little corner and I will drag it to create a new window. I will press T to hide that menu, and here on this little icon I will click and I will choose UV Image Editor. So this will show the unwrapped cube. So I will come back here to the cube, I will press A, then I will press U for unwrap, and I will click unwrap. And as you can see, it has unwrapped the cube so we can apply a texture. Okay, so now that I have shown you how to do it with a simple cube, let's do it with the beveled cube. I'll press 1 to see my cube from the front side. I'm looking the cube in orthographic view, that is pressing 5. If I press 1 and I don't press 5, I will see it with perspective. But if I press 5, I will look in orthographic view, which is a more clear way to see our objects. Without perspective, that is. So we will be working without perspective in all of this course. So if you haven't pressed 5, do it. If you don't have a keyboard with the numbers, with the numpad, you can come here to File, User Preferences, then you come to Input and choose Emulate Numpad. If you do that, you can press the numbers you do have on your keyboard and you can choose 1 for front side, 3 for the right side, and 7 for the top view. If you press Control with those, you will do the opposite side. So if 1 is front, Control 1 is back, Control 3 is left side, and Control 7 is bottom. Okay? So I'll press 1 and will click on my cube, and I'll press Tab to see my edit mode, and I will press Control Tab to bring out this menu. I could also choose from these buttons here. I will choose the edge, or Control Tab, edge. And now I will draw the C that I just showed you. I will click, then shift click on this one, and shift click on this one. And I will click on the edge bridging, both of the C letters that we're doing. So in this case, I will make sure that bridge is on the back of the cube because we want the front as clean as possible without seams. So I will shift click here, shift click, and here is my bridge. Then I will shift click, and here I will shift click and draw the other C. So as you can see, we have a C, the bridge edge with the other C. Now we will press Ctrl E and mark seam. So now I deselect, and as you can see, I have the seams on my cube. So I will press A to select all. I will press U to unwrap and then click on unwrap. And as you can see, I have unwrapped my cube. So now what I gotta do is I click on this button To synchronize or mesh with our cube, with the selections, I will click here. Then I will press Command Tab and choose face, so I can choose faces. And I will make sure this face is the front. This face is the top, and this face is the bottom. So I will select all, I will press A, I will press R to rotate, and I will drag my mouse until it's straight. Then I'll press G to move it, and now I have my unwrapped cube ready for applying the texture. Okay, now I'm going to select all, and I'm going to click on UVs, export UV layout. I'm going to call it Vampire Head UV. I will export it into my desktop. And now that I have created this UV layout, I'm going to click and drag it into Affinity Designer. And now I'm ready to edit my UV to apply texture to our vampire head.